got problems. Boom, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems.
Audio trapping.
He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time, and welcome to The Missing Photographer. This story time should be short. When I'm recording this story, the last couple of story times have been kind of heavy. I record my stories in advance, so yeah. When I'm watching them in real time with y'all, I'll be like, dang. But I told y'all I was gonna be authentic. So anyway, this story time, basically, we're kind of like in the middle of the panorama. I think we're in the middle of it. I would say we're kind of on the opposite side of the eye. You know, like if you see a tornado, you know, like the very first part of the storm is harsh, and then it kind of calms down. That's because you're in the eye, and then here comes the worst part of the storm. Here comes the worst part after the eye. So we're kind of like after the eye, but kind of like in the calm parts a little bit of the pandemic, like kind of settling down type situation. But anyway, so at this point in time, it's around August. Yes. So this is around August, and I was planning and plotting. I was already like my modeling stuff had taken off. Like I was doing a lot of collabs. During this time, doing the panorama. When I tell you I was booked and busy, I was booked and busy. DI wasn't a thing. The Caucasians was cool because we were advertising online to like still keep businesses going. We were useful. I almost said something. We were useful then. We were useful then. A lot of companies was reaching out and was using us to promote and still wanted people to buy things during the panorama. So yeah, like they were using us. Like we were doing a lot of collabs. I was doing a lot of collabs, but especially like with one company. But anyway, like my stuff had started taking off. Like I was learning the business, and I was also seeing like the ugly side, because if you wasn't paying attention, like to your emails, like you wasn't paying attention to, or like basically vetting the emails, you could get scammed too. So you had to really pay attention, especially like if you don't have a team. If you are the team, you have to really pay attention. And I was learning as I go. Like I was kind of thrown into like the influencer content creator type situation, because I just like taking pictures. I just like looking at me. I just like looking at me, and like, and my stuff took off. And so it was like, oh, okay. So yeah. Um, and like what put me to the, well, I won't say what put me to the, well, yeah, like what put me to the test, or what proved to me after the panorama was my TikTok proved, like it was like, girl, like you can pull people. When I'm in the algorithm, people like to watch me. Real talk. And so it was like I kind of started accepting the fact, like, oh, okay, like, I can do this. I can do this. Like, because I wasn't looking for it. It found me. So at this point in time, like, I'm planning, I wanted to do something nice for my cousin Stacy. So I was like, oh, for her birthday, I want to do a photo shoot for her because, number one, black women are not the standard of beauty, and especially real curvy women. You, society has been trained to downgrade, to top, to look, to frown upon, black women, especially if you are very curvy. The more attractive you are, the more downgrade you get top to, because society doesn't want you to think or to feel like you're beautiful because it's not the standard of beauty. And my cousin Stacy was at this point in time was more curvier than I was, and she was getting a lot of flack. Not only she really wasn't getting a lot of flack from society. Society was digging it. It was mostly certain family members, and who she was getting it from really hurt her feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was more of like, I wanted to do something nice for her because I want her to know, like, girl, I think you're beautiful. I think you're the bomb.com. Like, let me get you like this photo shoot so you can see how beautiful you are, right? And so I pitched the pitched the idea to her, and I told her, like, hey, you didn't have to worry about anything. It's all on me. Just let me know, like, the ideas that you're coming with, like, what you want to do, so I can give the photographer an idea of what you want. I was like, we could do a photo shoot together because our birthdays are very close. So I was like, we could do a photo shoot together. Like, I want to do this for your birthday. Like, I want, show the world that you're beautiful. I just want to make you feel beautiful. Want to make you feel beautiful. Like, yeah. I just want you to know, like, I just think that you're a beautiful girl. That's just me. Like, if I see, especially if I see a black woman, and, like, not only are we having to deal with society, we have to deal with our own people too, with the trauma from Caucasian people, from slavery that has been passed down, to covering up, like, our people thinking clothes is going to save us. Like, oh, if you're not dressed sanctified, if you don't have stuff down to your ankles, or you dressing a certain way tempts a man. No, sweetie, you dressing away is not the issue. It's the issue is the mindset of the man. It's not how you're dressed. You having a dress down to your ankles is not going to get you into heaven. That doesn't mean you're sanctified. But the trauma from our people, like, not only do we get BS from society, we get BS from the trauma that our people has been fed, basically. Especially a lot of times, like, it's cover up, because a lot of times, especially not a lot of times, back during slavery, we curvier, we age kind of curve fast, so they would cover us up so the slave masters wouldn't start picking and choosing to breed us or take us for himself. The more curvier, or more prettier you are, which is why there's a trauma of cover up, or the black people, oh, just put clothes on. Putting clothes on doesn't make you a good woman. Putting clothes on doesn't keep you from trauma. My essay started at 7, fully clothed. My essay by a friend, I was fully clothed. Most of the time you hear women who are essayed by a stranger are fully clothed. Anyway, so it's like, it's like, girl, just let me know what kind of ideas you want to do. Like, it's on me. Don't worry about it. Like, I want to do this. I want you to realize, like, you are absolutely beautiful, right? And then also, like, the American, like, you have to be like this hourglass shape and to be, beautiful. Like, I don't think, you have to be an hourglass shape, because I am not, like, I have never been a skinny girl. If I'm skinny, I'm depressed. And I've said that over and over again, because when I am fine, my body starts, like, the thickness is like, yo. But I take after my grandmother. My grandmother was 5'1", maybe 5'1", big breasts, big bottom, stocky woman. My mom was 5'1", maybe 5'2", 5'1". She was 5, maybe 5 even. Big breast, big bottom, curvy woman. Like she was thick. Like I got that literally, honestly, inherited from my mom's side. My dad's side is like slender, straight up and down type situation. My mama's side, all of us thick. All of us are thick. All the women are curvy and thick. So anyway, yeah. So it was like I just wanted her to like just let me know what ideas or whatever. It's on me. So I hit up this photographer who I had seen. Like he had hit me up on, not hit me up. Well, we had like he had sent out a request on Facebook, basically like mutuals or whatever. And you end up following me on Facebook. I didn't know him personally, but like I had seen his work on Facebook. So I went to his Instagram and he had posted a little more pictures there. And so I was like, yo, I love his work. So it was like one photo that he had took of, I think it was like a sunset. It was either a sunset or a sunrise and it was featured on the news or whatever. But I had looked at his work previous. Like he did have different, different aspects and different poses. Like he did have his work on his Facebook and Instagram, and I was impressed. And I was like, cool, like, let me reach out to him. So I reached out to him on Instagram. It was like, hey, how you doing? Mind you, this is in August. I want to, book a photo shoot with you. But I don't want the pictures posted until December. Well, I was only speaking for me because I wanted to do my birthday photos. And I was like, I want to go ahead and take my birthday photos, but I don't want them posted until December because these will be my birthday photos. I'm also booking for my cousin as well. Like, it's going to be both of us. And I don't know what she wants to do with her photos, but I'm going to book for her as well. So can you give me the rundown? Like, what's your business rules? How do you go about it? Like, do I need to send this to a business email? Because I have a business email. Like, if you want to work with me as far as modeling your clothes or collabing or even on, me promoting your stuff on my page, like, business email. Like, I'm sending you a contract. So there's a bond, there's a contractual bond, so you'll know, like, I'm serious about my ish, I'm serious about my craft, I'm serious about my art, baby. So here's my business email. And a lot of dudes who used to hit me up, especially a lot of rappers, 50%. A lot of rappers who, I want you to be my video. It want to be tip drill style. You have to be old enough to know what tip drill style is. And I would be very specific of saying, sweetie, my contract is very specific of what you're allowed and what is not allowed to do to me. And I was like, and also, and if you wanted to discuss this further, I need your business email and show me your music page or your business page. And most of them, rappers, did not have a business page, did not have a music page, did not have a business email, didn't have anything as far as business front at all. It's like you just had like a couple of your videos maybe posted on your Instagram, or I'm keeping my business page private because I don't want nobody stealing my stuff, stealing my work. How you getting your stuff out there? I had some photographers do that as well. As I said, like, you had to vet. You had to be, like, careful business-wise. Well, I did. Like, you had to be careful business-wise. They'd be like, oh, you're so beautiful. I want you to model my stuff. Here's, or you had people who would come to you with this no post, blank Instagram, and I work for such and such big company, a big time company. I'm one of their scouts, and here's my email. So I was like, oh yeah, so here's my business email. So reach out to me here. Oh no, everything has to be done here. Yeah, no. Oh, if you click this link, no. Anyway, so I reached out to him, and so we was talking. I was like, we could So he was like, oh no, it's cool. We can video call each other on Instagram, and he set up a date. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he set up a date to where we video called, and so he was like, well, the cameras don't have to be up. But you know, like I want us to like talk or whatever via Instagram. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So my camera was up. I think his camera did come up for a little bit, but then it kind of like, I guess he was in a bad area or whatever. But I could tell like it was him. Like he showed his face, so I know like it was him, right? And so it was like, he was like, okay, so tell me like what you want to do, like what's your ideas. I said, so me personally, like there's a specific space in the city that has beautiful sunsets and beautiful sunrises, and I wanted to take a picture somewhere close to it where I can catch like the sun setting, but I wanted the pictures, like I wanted the sunset in the background, but I wanted like my pictures there. Like I was gonna have on like this evening dress, like with the heels, and like I wanted the sunset to be in the background, and I think I was gonna have like a bathing suit. And I was like, and then I'm gonna have like a bathing suit one, because I was like, how many sets do I get? And I think he was like, I think you get like two poses. And so I was like, yeah, I think I want to do that, and then I think I want to do a bathing suit one, and like do a couple on the beach. And I was like, and then I'm good. And I was like, I really don't know what my cousin wants right now. And I was like, but I'll keep you updated because we have time. And so I was like, so can we go ahead and pick a date? Because I want it could be close to December, like closer to December, because if I'm not mistaken, again, I reached out to him in August. And I was like, so I want it to be closer to December, or it could be like kind of in the middle of it. But I know like I'm not putting my photos out until my birthday, because I want these to be my birthday photos. And so he was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, that's cool, whatever. He was like, well, to book the appointment, to book the slot, it's $100 deposit. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So how do you receive payment, right? Because I'm serious. So when I'm telling you like I'm about my business, I'm about my business. So it's like, how do you receive payment? And so he was like, oh, okay. He was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, like, and so he was like, yeah, Cash App is fine. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, show me, send me the Cash App that you want me to send it to, and then I'll send you the deposit. We're going to confirm the date of, and like, we're going to confirm the date, and we'll go from there. And so he was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, but I'll let you know, like, I'll keep reaching out to you if things change, or if she comes up with her idea what she want to do. So he was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. That'll work. So he sent me his Cash App. I sent the deposit. We confirmed. He confirmed the date, that this is the date that the photo shoot is scheduled. Boom. When I tell you, like, it's months away, right? Months away. So in between the time, like, I'm hitting him up, text message. No, I think I was just hitting him up Instagram. I didn't think I had his phone number. But if I did, I had to look at like my own phones to see if I had text messages to make sure. But I know I was hitting him up Instagram. It might have been text message too. I have to look and see. It might be in my old phone. I have to look and see. Anyway, so yeah. So I was like, like in between the time, like I'm not even tripping or whatever. So times fast forward, and it comes up to the date where it's time for the photo where it's getting close to the photo shoot. And so in between that time, like my cousin, she didn't know what she wanted to do, but then she had came up with it. She was like, okay, can I bring my own props? Can I do my, I was like, girl, yeah. And I was like, most photographers love that, which they do. Like it makes their job easier. To where if you're creative, like you're not sitting there, like you're not sitting there stone like a fish. As I keep telling y'all, modeling is not just getting in front of the camera and clicking. You have to worry about lighting. You have to worry about posing, your comfortability. You like if you have, you just have you. I mean, you can be photogenic, but it's still like a certain about yourself. And then if you're creative, that's even more sprinkles on top of the cupcake. If you're creative and you're bringing your own, if you have a vision and you're bringing your own props like that to a lot of photographers, that's even better. It's like, ooh, I don't have to work as hard to make these pictures, go hard. I don't have to worry about like this person know what they want, so I don't have to be like, can you turn your face? Can you do this? Can you put your hand up? Can you do like yeah. They don't have to do too much. It's like if you're into it and you're moving, like it's not gonna be a hard shoot. It's like you're easy to shoot, and it's easier for them to get the money shot. So yeah, so she had at that time had decided what she wanted to do. So she was like, okay, so I'm gonna do my own props. I'm gonna bring my own stuff. I know what I want to do, and I'm ready to, like I'm ready to do this. Because at first she was kind of uncomfortable, which I understand. Because again, like I said, we are taught and we are drowned it with, oh, nobody need to see your skin. Y'all think that now, like that makes a woman who's fully clothed and who's not scantily dressed on the internet is the better wife. That's crazy because if she is modestly dressed, which is nothing wrong with that, you can be modestly dressed. That don't mean you're gonna be a good wife. And he can be fully clothed and giving out community. The hell? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? And even if the girl is not dressed how you don't approve, and that's not wife material, because don't no man want to see you half dressed, but sweetie, that's just not your table to sit at. So move around. You don't need to talk bad about that girl. Move around and go to the table where you want to eat. Anyway, so yeah, so she was, kind of battling, like I said, our elders and ancestors had, the please keep your clothes on, be sanctified, all that other BS, because it's BS. Because again, as I said in one vlog, it's crazy how they had us in nightgowns down to our ankles, and the whole time we was being essayed at home as kids. Anyway, so yeah, so she had kind of got over her fear or whatever, and she was kind of, into it now. And she was kind of digging it. She was excited. So I was like, okay, cool. So I, was letting him know, like, hey, my cousin, this is what she had decided. Because at the point in time, I didn't know, and I told him that I would keep him updated. I'm that type when it comes down to business. I want to keep you updated. There's no surprises. This is what's going on. There has to be some kind of communication, text message, email, something. There has to be some kind of communication for me. I'm that type. There needs to be some kind of communication. Like I'm not just just hanging you out there willy-nilly. Like even when it comes down to my my business, like if we collabing, it's like, okay, is there a certain thing that you're looking for? Is there a certain way that you like my hair? Like I'm getting information, I'm communicating up front. Like you want like 60-30 second? Is there a time limit? Like I'm being like I like to get in depth. Like I like to know exactly what is what communication wise, whatever, right? So he had like I said, like I was kind of keeping him updated. So in the beginning, it was like he was communicating, like he didn't respond right away. Which for me, like I don't respond right away, so I don't care about that. Like I don't care about that. I don't care about time limit wise, like because to me it's like people may be busy, so as long as you respond. Now, if you respond in 4 or 5 days later, that's a problem, or not at all. But hours later, like that don't bother me because it's like people have lives, people are busy. I don't know what's going on, so as long as you respond, I'm cool with it. Like I don't feel like if I hit you up, you need to respond back to me 2.5 seconds later. I think that's absolutely crazy. But I digress. Anyway, so yeah, so he was responding, like I said, because it wasn't like right away, but we were still like in communication. I was letting him know, like, hey, this is what she decided, this is what she want to do. Date still on, we good, it's whatever, because again, this was months prior to our date. So the day of, I'm like, even the day before, like I hit you up to say, hey, this is like I'm checking to make sure like we're still on, we're still good for today, like everything good. Nothing. So I was like, okay, okay, okay. Didn't say nothing. Didn't hear nothing from him. So me personally, was like, I don't want to trip or make her worry about anything. Maybe he got something going on. He'll get back to me. Because, again, I've already paid the deposit. So my spot is secure. So if there's something going on, or if you're trying to maneuver or like steal $100, which in all honesty, he didn't come off that way. Like his socials didn't give that. Like it didn't give scammer. And then I was that type. Like that was mentioned in my contract. Like, hey, if you don't produce the product, if you don't you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't do you uphold your part of the contract, then I'm going to put out like, hey, don't work with this person. This is a thief. This is a scammer. And I promise you, word of mouth travels faster, especially when it's bad news, drama, whatever. That travels faster than the good stuff. So that was in the contract. So I wasn't getting that from you like it looked like from your socials you was about your business. But nothing was being said. And so it was like, I don't want her to worry or whatever. Maybe he's at work. So I'm not tripping. That's just literally how I am. Like sometimes you know how people get busy. They can't check their phones all the time. And it was Instagram, so and maybe he wasn't signed to his Instagram. I don't know. And that would be crazy to me too. Like some people would be like, "Oh, I don't keep Instagram. I don't keep nothing on that on my phone, or I'm not signed in." But it's like if you're trying to promote a business, how are you not keeping stuff signed in? Like you missed opportunities. Like one business was advertising business, but you couldn't contact them through the app. It was like only reach out through another third party app. And in order to reach out through that third party app, you had to, yeah, like I caught the hustle. I caught the hustle. But anyway, and I was like, how? And I made the statement. I was like, how are you promoting a business and I can't contact you? And people were trying to contact this business as well. And it was like, exactly. And you came and was like, oh, I didn't know I even had that on. You have to put that in settings. There's no way that particular social site does that. You have to do it in settings. It doesn't automatically do that. You would have to do it. So you did it on purpose because I caught the hustle of what you was trying to do. After, which was also like a turn off for me. So anyway, yeah, he didn't say anything. So when I got down there and I was like, okay, because I drove down to my hometown because that's where we were doing the pictures and that's where the photographer was. So I was like, okay. So by the time I was like, maybe he'll hit me up or say something by the time it's time for the photo shoot because I think our photo shoot was scheduled for like 2 o'clock. So I'm still like hitting the man up, like giving him updates, like this is what's going on, this is where I am, like hello, and you're not saying anything. Nothing. So Instagram, you wasn't using Instagram like you would use Facebook, like you were more heavy on Facebook. Like most people who does businesses, like if they get more reaction on Facebook, they'll pretty much be heavy on Facebook or whatever than they would on Instagram. Like a lot of people don't really like Instagram. They prefer Facebook. I prefer Instagram over Facebook, to be totally honest. So I get, you know what I'm saying? Like I get it. So I went to his Facebook to go look, and looking and scanning his Facebook, somebody close to him had passed away, right? Now, mind you, it wasn't my business because I reached out both places. So it's not up to me because I'm not the manager of your business. I'm not part of your business. It's not up to me to reach out to you to say, hey, oh, I see you had somebody passed away. Are we still doing this? That will be up to you. For you to reach out to your client to say, hey, somebody passed away. I'm not up to doing this. And also give that person enough time to replace you. You said nothing. Nothing. Like, and I didn't say anything when I saw it because this person passed away weeks prior to my appointment that I had scheduled months prior. So I don't know the way that I was reading your social, that person was really close to you. But the thing is, again, as I tell my son who has a hard time with my mother's passing, I have a hard time with my mother's passing, but still, I'm still alive. Life goes on and things have to be done. Regardless of how I feel, I still have to get up and move. So, not trying to be insensitive to whatever the situation was with him, you still had a contract that needed to be honored. And if you wasn't going to honor it, the business thing to do was to reach out to say, hey, this happened because a deposit had been paid months prior. Give me another opportunity and give me enough time to replace you. Right? So me, business minded, because you're not responding, I'm reaching out to another photographer at the last minute, day of. And still haven't told my cousin nothing about it because I don't want her to stress about it. I didn't want her to stress about it because I didn't want the situation that was going on the business side to ruin her moment and to ruin the gift that I was buying for her. So you hadn't said anything. So I reached out to this other photographer who had did my very first photo shoot. And he was saying, like, you know, he's like, you really need to be heavy into modeling. It was two photographers who told me that. It was like, you really need to take it seriously, like you really need to get into it. And people had told me that, like I said, when I was younger, even middle school wise, there was this photographer who was like, you really need to get into it. Like, it's not about the height. There's jobs that will, you don't have to do runway, you can do other things, and I promise you, you will make a lot of money. And I didn't listen to it where I said something to my mama, but of course, trauma, my mama and my sister laughed, which I understand, but still, on the other hand, it's like, why didn't y'all pursue it? But they was more like, girl, they just wanted your money. So anyway, um, yeah, so it was like, I'm calling like the other photographer, and so he was like, oh man, I would love to do it. I would love to make the money, but I already have a gig. So he was already booked. So it's getting closer and closer to 2 o'clock. And I had booked a room. I had booked a room. Booked the room myself. Had got the location booked the room close to the location where I wanted the outside shoot to be. But like literally, it was a hop, skip, and a jump to where I wanted the pictures taken on the beach. Like all of this stuff, like I had taken care of. Like all he had to do was show up and do his part. Real talk. While we're sitting in the hotel, like we're doing makeup, like and I haven't said anything to her. I haven't said anything to her at all. Like we're doing our own makeup. We're doing like we're having a good time. Like we're still talking. Like I'm not letting her on to any of this stuff. And so I think it was like 2:15. At this point in time, it's like clearly you're not coming, and you still haven't communicated to me nothing at all. Like you have been silent. So I sent a request on Cash Apps for my money back, and I was like, clearly you're not coming. So you can either send back the money, or I have to go about it in different routes. So you responded with the refund, like you sent the money back. You sent the $100 deposit back. Nothing else. You sent the $100 deposit back. So we're sitting. I was like, girl, we're gonna have to take our own pictures. And so I was like, the photographer's not coming. He hasn't said anything. So we're gonna have to take our own pictures. And so she was like, oh man. And so she was like, I was kind of nervous. And I was like, but she was like, but I feel better anyway, because what I wanted to do, I was stepping out of my comfort zone, but now I know it's you, it's okay. So we end up using our phones to do a photo shoot that was scheduled months prior. We end up doing it on our own. And we end up making it a day. Like we end up making it a good day. Like real talk, we end up making it a good day. I'm gonna put in a little bit of pictures, but I think I'm gonna turn that into a vlog, basically of like the photographer who didn't show. The photo shoot we did on our own. The photographer, the Mr. Photographer photo vlog, something. I'm gonna name it something to go along with the story. To go along with this story. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, so literally we end up doing our own photo shoot. We end up laughing, talking. We still end up having a good time. Like we stayed on the beach because I had a room basically, for the night, and because I literally booked the room for that specific reason, and I spent the night because I drove down from where I live down here specifically for the photo shoot for her birthday. So yeah, so we end up making it happen. I still end up posting the same pictures that we took with our phones. Like we end up making it happen ourselves, literally. I just wished he would have said something. I wished I didn't have to go look to find out what was going on. Even if you were going through grieving, it takes nothing to reach out and communicate to a client and give that person enough time to to find somebody to replace them, right? And I saw he had made the comment to me, I really hate a person who constantly nags about an appointment. Sir, you wasn't saying anything. You wasn't saying anything. And it's crazy because at this point in time, I had just started like taking off. I really wasn't. I think I was like maybe at 3,000. I might have been at 3,000, maybe 5,000 followers. And after that situation, it shot up to like 13K. And I just thought it was real funny. And then he removed himself from, because we were friends on Facebook. So he removed himself on Facebook. Or did I remove myself? No, he removed himself. So it was like, yeah. Yeah. I just think, like, business wise, I wanted to kind of give like a calm story because I think like the last couple of stories y'all got kind of heavy. um, yeah, so it was like business wise, all you had to do was just reach out and say, hey, I had a death in the family, somebody real close to me, because I don't think the person was like related to you. I think like it was like your best friend or something, and you were having a hard time dealing with it. And instead of reaching out, like even though you had so much on your mind, you still have a business. You still have a business. You still had obligations, and I could see like if like I was scheduling at that time, or I haven't paid you a deposit. I paid you a deposit months prior, and all you had to do was say, "Hey, unfortunately, I had someone passed away that's real close to me. I'm not in the headspace to do any photo shoots right now. I'm not booking any sessions right now, so I'm gonna refund your deposit and also give you enough time to find somebody else to do the shoot." That's good business. Not, I'm just gonna be quiet, not say nothing, cause this is getting on my nerves. Like, sweetie, it's customer service, and you give good customer service to those who are paying. Like, I could see, like, again, if I haven't paid you, but sweetie, I paid you in advance. Like, the deposit was there, the stuff was booked. So again, yeah, and that's the story time with the Mr. Photographer. So I wanted to give y'all something light because the last couple of story times like I'm watching has been heavy. On another note, business wise, especially if you're an entrepreneur, like content creation is still kind of big time right now, even though it's probably getting ready to change because they're trying to take over TikTok. TikTok is definitely not the same, and people are noticing. So it's like, yeah. But especially getting into content creation, also make sure your business sense is top tier. How you talk to people, your contracts, how you do your business, that is huge. Word of mouth is still huge. Yeah, you can have all these pictures and all these followers on Instagram, but if you go to TikTok, baby, and you got one bad review, one bad treatment, I promise you, it will make people look at your business a whole different way. So you be careful from the business sense wise. People are watching, and I tell people like the beauty about me being independent and not being under an agency. Like when I get mad, I can do whatever. I can do whatever. I choose not to do whatever, but there's just also a certain limit. Like you're not gonna play in my face, and you're not gonna treat me all kind of way because you think I'm not gonna react because I'm independent. Yeah. So it's like you gave me my money back. You sent the money back, so it was no issue for me because you sent the money back. It's just your business wise, I would never want to work with you. Even though you take great pictures, it's like, dang, I really want to work with him because his work looks impeccable. Like he had a really good eye from the things that I saw. You had really good work as far as editing, but your business sense sucks. And when your business sense sucks, I don't want to be a part. So, yeah. Life happens, but your business has to keep moving. Unfortunately. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep your business up front.